A very good morning to everyone. This is your trainer for the day, Mr. Nitin from Seven Sense Talent Solution. I'm the assistant manager for Karnataka and Goa. So today we'll be discussing our important session on that is a starting session on quantitative aptitude, and we'll be discussing the problems on simple interest and compound interest. So I just request everyone to please inform your friends as well to join. So meanwhile, we'll start the session by 11:30. And before starting my session, I would request everyone to while we are chatting, while we are discussing the problems, and you can have a chat box option. There you can just enter your queries, whichever the doubts you have. And meanwhile, at the end of the session, we'll be looking out for your USN numbers for the attendance purposes. All right. So you can just mention your USN numbers in the end of the session. I'll give you 5 minutes time for that. So you can just mention your USN numbers for your attendance. That which in turn will be handed over to the placement department. So we'll just wait for another 10 minutes. Please inform your friends as well to join in. This is going to be live session, so you can be there at 11:30. So by the time we start, and anyhow I have joined 15 minutes before itself, so if there is any such thing as uncomfortableness, you can just let me know. And you have your chat box option to respond to my problems whenever we are discussing. And again, there will be a slight delay in the live, so I will be discussing with you over this presentation, and in between, if you guys have any queries, you can just drop the same in the chat box. I'll be responding to you in the same chat box itself. All right, and I'll also be explaining the things in the computer screen. Requesting your friends also to be on the line, so you can just respond to a chat box telling that you're there. A very good morning to who have joined lately. The session is going to start in another 9 minutes. I hope I'm audible to everyone. And if there is any such things, can I request everyone to please respond in the chat box. Please inform to your friends as well, guys. I would request everyone to inform your friends, and we'll wait for another 5 minutes. Then we're kickstarting the session. Hope I'm audible to everyone, right? If you could just prompt a yes in the chat box, that would be helpful. Guys, I would request anyone to respond, please. I would. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kailash. So, as you all know, the part of quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, and verbal reasoning, the part of the placement rounds, right? So, these are the rounds which are going to be conducted, and you should know the importance of these rounds. And once you know the importance of these rounds, you will know that it's all about the skill set that's going to be monitored, and not just the inner depth of the particular modules. And in the first round, that is written test, you have three different sections: quant, logical, and verbal, as I told you. In quant section, the only purpose of conducting the quant aptitude test is only because of your problem solving skills. Okay, your the evaluation happens based on your problem solving skills, and the different modules being given, and the different topics that you go through, and the problems you're going to solve will all depend on the way you solve it. All right. So it's all about the way you solve, the way you come up with the answers, and how much time you take to solve a particular problem. So that's going to reflect a problem solving skill set, and that will be depending on how you take up the test in the first round. All right. Imagine that you are in an online test, and the first round itself, it will be aptitude test, online test. All right. Each and every, whenever you're taking online test, each and every window, each and every time when you click on a new window, the time will be recorded. Okay, the main time will be keep on going on, right? So it will keep on going on, but the part of the actual timing is based on the time you take to solve each and every question. All right. So that remember that quant questions, quantitative aptitude, should always be answered within a minute. Quant, logical, or verbal, anything. Okay. Each and every question should be answered in 1 minute. All right. So that is about the quantitative aptitude. Logical reasoning, it is all about your logical thinking, your analysis, your no, reasoning ability. All right. Here it is again, what are the different methods you approach? First is the problem solving skills, how you solve a problem. Second is the way you solve a problem with different methods of approach. All right. So based on that, the logical reasoning is being evaluated and your skills are being evaluated. And moving along with the part of the verbal reasoning is depending on your written and oral communication. Especially when it is written communication, it is all about your vocabulary, how you write an email. And written communication majorly is looked into your email etiquettes, right? Your oral communication is respectively towards your vocabulary skill sets, the way you speak, not what you speak. And the things that you manage, your attitude, your behavior when you're talking, when you're speaking, it's all about your communication aspects. All right, so how are those things reflecting your performance? It's everything about your performance here. All right, so we'll be discussing today that one of the no, concepts that comes under quantitative aptitude, that is simple interest and compound interest. So as you all know, the topic name itself, will be discussing with simple interest and compound interest. And this is one of the topic which is again slightly difficult to approach with respect to calculations. And if you guys are very quick in calculations, and remember, you are not supposed to use calculators here, so you should always go with the calculations in mind. So whatever the calculations you get it up, you need to be very quick in that. So that is the only purpose, only reason why we say simple interest and compound interest is very difficult. Not compound interest though. Simple interest is little bit easy than compound interest, because the formula we use here is just one. And in compound interest, it is just two formulas again, but there it is slightly difficult because the numbers will be big. All right, so again, depending on the way you solve will matter the most. So first we'll be discussing with simple interest, and then we'll be jumping into compound interest. Okay, so today we'll be discussing with simple interest first, and then we'll just learn about certain formulas. So based on the formulas, how you will know and how to approach. And I'll also be discussing with you all to how how to solve without using formula, that is by shortcut trick. So again, whichever method you feel which is easy, you can go ahead. All right. So first formula we all know. Actually, before going on to the formula, understand what is the interest. Suppose you borrow any amount from your friend or any from the bank, some loan. The amount taken from the bank, and for certain amount an interest has to be paid, that is some extra amount has to be paid. To tell it in a simple way, the amount what you borrow, for that amount you need to pay some service charge. All right, that service charge is paid in return with the amount total you have borrowed. And that's extra amount what you pay is called as interest amount. Okay, so totally, along with the base amount, with the interest amount, whatever you repay, that was value called as maturity amount of the total amount. Okay, so we'll be using these terms in simple interest and compound interest many a times. All right, so here simple interest is being calculated with respect to principal, time, and rate of interest. So you all know this formula since childhood, right? So we all know the basic formula for simple interest is nothing but PTR by 100, where P is the principal, rate of interest is R% per annum. Remember this, rate of interest should be in per annum itself, and time T is in years. Okay, so always remember, time should be in years and rate of interest should be in per annum. All right, so I'll be discussing with one point, and remember this point: simple interest will be the same every year. Okay, the amount what you're paying will be the same every year. Okay, here the amount will not change, that is the interest amount, the service charge. Okay, now depending on that one particular formula, you will be finding out the different formulas, right? So first one is based on principal amount. So whenever they ask you an unknown value related to principal, you need to just interchange the values here. It is nothing but 100 into simple interest over rate into time. The rate of interest will be per annum, time will be in years. All right, similarly when it is with respect to rate of interest, just interchange the values. In the denominator, instead of r, p will come, that is a principal value. Similarly with time, time is calculated as 100 into simple interest over rate of interest into principal. All right, so you know this is just one formula, that is simple interest formula. All right, just use that one particular formula and approach with whatever the question you get it, you will get the answers very quickly. All right, I want first I'll be solving with the basic problems first, and then we'll jump into advanced level based on the exercises. Then you will get to know how to solve the problems. All right, so moving along with one last formula, that is amount. Okay, so I already told you how amount will be. So it is nothing but principal plus simple interest, right? So if you want to interchange, I mean substitute with the value, it will become p plus ptr over 100. So if you take p common, so it will become 1 plus tr over 100. So this is one of the formula that we'll be using for amount. All right, so if there is any queries in between, you can just let me know about it. Okay, amount is the total amount that is paying extra, all right, in the end, along with the principal amount. Okay, so before going on, you need to know some of the points related to the simple interest. So it is based on these values. Okay, I'll be giving you time to solve. Just undergo with these problems. Principal is rupees 1000. Rate of interest is 10% per annum. Time is 3 years. Okay, this is the base type of question being asked to you. So sometimes when they give it to you with respect to rate of interest, they will give 10% per quarter. Okay, PQ means per quarter. It means what? In 12 months, that is in 1 year, we have 4 quarters, right? So one quarter is equivalent to 3 months, right? We know this. Okay, so 10% per quarter. If it is being if it is being converted to per annum, you need to take it per annum here. So if you want to convert that 10% for one quarter, so obviously for four quarters, that is per annum, it will be 40%. So always remember to convert the rate of interest into per annum, then approach with the solving. Okay, then approach with the solving part of it. The third part of the question will be depending on the time, that is months. All right, so whenever they give you time in terms of months, convert that into years. You all know it is 4 by 12. So this is nothing but 1 by 3. So just keep it 1 by 3 itself. What my suggestion is, never convert the fraction into decimal. Okay, whenever you're calculating, calculation part should be easy and you need to do it quickly. All right, and one more point is, whenever you're solving, okay, whenever you're doing the calculation, if it is 100% calculations to be done, 70% of it should be done in mind without using pen and paper. Okay, remaining 30%, depending on the complexity of the numbers, you should approach. So what I would suggest you is, you have to do the calculations in mind while you're solving it. Okay, 70% of whatever the problems you approach should be done in mind. Okay, so next is with respect to the rate of interest again. Rate of interest here, they have given 6% per 6 months. All right, so if they have given 6% per 6 months, you need to convert it into per annum. So per annum is nothing but 12 months. For 6 months it is 6%. So for 12 months it will be 12%. All right, just double the value there. Clear? Always remember, rate of interest must be converted into per annum basis. All right, the next question is rate of interest, which is 12% per 6 months. Again, same as per 6 months, that is half yearly basis. So remember, 6 months is also known as half yearly basis. Okay, try not to confuse yourself with the wordings there. So if you want to convert per annum, if it is 12% per 6 months, then 12 months it will be double the value, which is 24%. All right, it is 24%. Moving along with the last part, that is, if they give you rate of interest as 10 PCPA, if they have given any value with respect to 10 PCPA, this is nothing but 10% per annum. Okay, PC means percent. Okay, 10 PCPA is nothing but 10% per annum. Now I will be giving you just 2 minutes time. We have 6 questions, you can directly solve it. Okay, calculate simple interest value for all the 6 questions. For all the 6 questions, quickly, and give me the answer in the chat box. Okay, quick, your time starts now. Don't use the formula. don't use the formula. I just want you to directly approach without using formula. Do it in mind. Come on, guys, keep up. Keep your answers. Give your answers quickly. Guys, if you're there, you can just respond to the question asked, please. Please respond to the messages. I mean, the questions asked. Find out the answer quickly. Hope I'm audible to everyone. Guys, are you guys there? It would be better if you respond to the messages. Okay. Amitesh says the first one is 300. Okay. Go on, guys. Go on. Keep up. This is very easy. Try to do it in mind. Is second one also 300? Second one, they have given 10% per quarter. Okay. Convert the rate of interest into per annum. You will get the answer. I'll give you 1 more minute. Keep up, superb. There are totally 79 participants today. I want everyone to keep responding to the messages. I mean, responding to the questions. Third one, everyone said is 33.33, 33.34. Okay. Superb, Kailash. Keep up. We have last 2 questions. The last one. If you want to keep in fractions, keep in fractions because time is 7/12 there. Okay, simple, guys. If you don't want to use the formula, just check out the rate of interest given, right? So when you're solving it, rate of interest is 10% per annum, and I already told you every year simple interest will be same. Okay, that interest amount will be depending on the rate of interest I am paying. Okay, so this 10% I will be paying with respect to the amount I have borrowed, right? So 10% for first year. I'll just explain the first one, then the next we can just solve it. 10% for first year, it will be 100. Directly do it in mind. Then for 3 years, it will be the same for every year, right? So for 3 years, it will be 300. Do it in mind. Similarly, this will be 40% per annum. So we know it is 40% per annum because it is 10% per quarter. So if it is 40% per 1 year, okay, 40% is nothing but 400. So for 3 years, it will be 1200. Okay, whatever the calculations are there, you can just do it in mind. All right, so it is 40% per annum. It means 400 per year. So for 3 years, it will be 1200. Now next question is time, that is 1/3. We all know. So rate of interest will be 10 by 100, so that is 110. 1/10 of this will be 100. So 100/3 is nothing but 33.33. I've just taken time and I have to divide the value, whatever the amount, in terms of 1/3. All right, so that is nothing but 10% is nothing but 100. So 100 divided by 3. So 100 into 1/3 is nothing but 100/3. So it is nothing but 33.33. So here it is 6% per 6 months. Then for 12 months, it is nothing but 12% per annum. So if it is 12% per annum, 10% is 100. 2% is 20, so it is 120. So if it is 120 per annum for 2 years, it is 240. All right, so it is 240 for 2 years. So similarly here it was 24%, then it is 240 per year. Then for 2 years it will be double the value, it will be 480. So here this would become 7 by 12, right? The time is 7 by 12 years. So 10% is nothing but 100 into 7 is 700 by 12. So 4 times is 175 by 3. So this is nothing but, we'll keep it as it is, 175 by 3, we'll keep it as it is. So this is, if you want to go up, you can go ahead like 58 1 by 3. Okay, so this is nothing but 58 1 by 3 rupees. So this is the simple interest values. You can do the calculations in mind. All right, so we'll go on to the problems now. Just by looking at the first problem, I'll explain the first problem. So you can go with three different methods. Whichever method you feel comfortable, you can choose. Okay, I'll also be explaining the problems with the shortcut trick as well without using formula. Just look at the question. What is the total interest for the sum rupees 25,000 invested in the business at a rate of 10% per annum for 2 years? Okay, the traditional method, just by calculating the percentage each year. All right, so if it is 10% per annum, so I'll pay 10% in the first year. So what is 10% of 25,000? It is nothing but divided by 10, so it will be 2,500. Similarly, second year also I'll pay 10% itself. There is no change here, so that is the same, it is 2,500. So totally I will be paying 5,000 at the end of 2 years, which is the extra amount. All right, which is the extra, that is the interest, simple interest value. So with the formula, simple interest is nothing but PTR by 100. So it is 25,000. Guys, I'm using the touchpad, so I would request your pardon for the legibility there. So try to ignore those things. I just explain the thing so that it will be easy for you to understand. So the principal is 25,000, rate of interest is 10%, and the time is given 2 years. So divide that by 100. So two zeros and two zeros gets cancelled. 25 into 10 is 2,500 into 2, which is 5,000. All right. If I'm going fast, please let me know. All right. So this question is with respect to the same value. And the last part is formula method. I mean, the last part is shortcut trick. Okay. I'll not be using the formula there. So this shortcut trick is based on percentage method. So we know 100% is the principal amount. Okay. That is original amount that I am investing. Okay, so for this I need to pay some extra interest value. What is that extra amount? If it is 10% for 2 years, so per annum it is 10%, then for 2 years I will be paying how much? 20%, right? So if I pay 20% at the end of 2 years, what will be the value? So this two zeros, this two zeros gets cancelled, so x will be is equal to 250 into 2, which is 500. 500 with 10 extra, it is 5,000 rupees. Clear? If you guys need me to explain things, you can just let me know, or if I'm fast, please let me know that as well. I'm going fast only with respect to calculations. All right, so the answer for this question will be 5,000 rupees. Clear, guys? Hope I'm fine with this. So we'll just go with the next problem so that you can directly solve the answers. All right, so go with this question quickly. How much time will it take for a sum of rupees 450 to yield rupees 81 as interest at 4.5% per annum of simple interest? Give me the answer. They're asking the time. You can use the formula. You can be very quick. Let us go quickly with the problem. Now they've asked time. So time formula, 100 into simple interest. 100 into simple interest here is nothing but rupees 81. So the question is, they're asking time for the principal value to yield the simple interest amount at 4.5 rate of interest for annual per annum of simple interest. So they are asking time there, right? So 100 into 81 divided by rate of interest into principal. So principal is 450. So this, I think you can write it as 45 by 10. So if I write 45 by 10, 0 and 0 gets cancelled. So this becomes 9 into 5 times, 9 into 9 times, and 9 ones are 9 fives are. So in denominator it is 5 into 5, which is 25. 25 into 1 time, 25 into 4 times. So totally it is 4 years. All right. So totally it is 4 years. Simple question, directly a substitute with the formula, you will get the answer. If you want to understand with the shortcut trick, you can go with this. We know 100% is the principal amount, which is 450 rupees, right? So I am paying simple interest rupees 81 at 4.5% per annum rate of interest into unknown time. All right. So the time will be equal to the same 100 into 81 divided by 450 into 4.5. The same method. All right. So it will be the same value, which is 4 years. Clear? Guys, I want others also to please respond so that I'll understand whether you guys will try to solve it or not. So use the formula, or you can go with the shortcut trick as well. So whichever method you feel easy, you can come up with the answers. The time is 4 years for this particular question. Okay, we'll go with the next question. Try to solve this. They're asking, what is the total amount for the principal of rupees 15,000 at 6% interest for 3 years? Now they're asking total amount. Here I can suggest you can either go with simple interest, or find out the value of simple interest and then add it to the principal, or directly approach with total amount formula. Okay, so Kailash says it is 17,700. What about others? Keep up, guys, keep up. Others also, please respond. They're asking this total amount. You can add the simple interest formula, then find out. So simple interest will be is equal to 6% for 3 years. So 1% for per annum, it is 6%. For 3 years, it will be 18%. So what is 18% of 15,000? 10% is 1,500. 5%, 8% is 120. So it will be 150 plus 270. So 17,700. So it will be 2,700. So simple interest is 2,700, and if you add this to principal value, it will be 17,700. Amount is 17,700. So either you can find out simple interest and then find out the total amount, or approach with total amount formula, that is P into, okay, I'll just substitute the value. So 15,000 into 1 plus TR. So time into rate of interest is 18%. So it is 18 by 100. So this becomes 15,000 into 118 divided by 100. So 2 zeros and 2 zeros gets cancelled. So 118 into 150. 15,000 plus 15 into 18 is 270, 2,700. So it is 17,700. Same thing. Whichever value you would go ahead, it is 17,700 itself. Superb, guys. Clear? We'll go with the next question. Hope everyone understood that. Use the formula, you'll get the answer quickly. Next question is a sum of rupees 12,500 amounts to rupees 15,500 in 4 years at the rate of simple interest. Now they're asking what is the rate of interest. They're asking what is the rate of interest. Approach with the same formula, rate of interest formula, or you can use the amount formula as well. We'll get the answer quickly. Use amount formula, you'll get the answer. Or if you want to go with the simple interest formula, that also can be given. So Aditya has given the answer. He says it is 6%. What about others? Akash also says 6%. Okay, so we have simple interest. We'll go with simple interest itself because we know amount formula is principal plus simple interest. So we know amount value and principal value. So amount is 15,500, principal is 12,500. So the difference here, simple interest will give me 3,000 rupees, right? So rate of interest will be 100 into 3,000, that is simple interest, and that divided by time into principal. So time is 4 years into principal is 12,500. So 0 and 0 gets cancelled. So 125 into 4 is 500. So 500 into 1 time, 500 into 6 times. So rate of interest is 6%. Clear? So the rate of interest is 6%. So which whoever didn't understand, approach with the formula, you will get the answer. If you want to go with shortcut trick, you can approach with this. We know 100% is the principal amount, which is 12,500. Similarly, we want to know what is the rate of interest. So that is nothing but simple interest amount which we are paying, that is 3,000 rupees. So this interest amount is paid at rate of interest which is unknown into time. Time is 4 years. So this becomes 4R. So this two zeros gets cancelled. Similarly, R will be is equal to 125 into 4 is 500. So it will become 3,000 divided by 500. So this is nothing but 6%. Simple method, easy to find out the answer. So the answer is rate of interest for value 6%. Clear? Find out this question now. So I've given simple interest, which is 5,400 at 12% per annum for 3 years. So after paying 12% for 1 year and for 3 years, I am paying rupees 5,400. So they're asking what is the principal amount. This is very, very easy. They're asking the principal value. That's all. Anyone? Superb. Kailash, Likit, and Akash says they are getting the answer 15,000. So I'll just explain with the shortcut trick and then we'll go with the formula method. So we know principal value is 100%, which is unknown, that is X. Similarly, we want to find out the simple interest, which is 5,400. So this is being paid at 12% for 3 years, right? So X will be what? 5,400 into 100 divided by 12 into 3, which is 36. So this becomes 8 into 2 times 18 into 2 times and 18 into 3 times. and this will become 1.5, so this becomes 150. So 150 into 100 is 15,000. All right, so the answer will be 15,000 rupees. We're going to go with the formula trick, apply the principal value, and you'll get the answer. Simple interest is very, very easy, guys. Okay, not at all worry about it. Do not worry about it. The same way I'll explain the compound interest in a simple way where you can solve it without using calculators. All right, so calculation part is a bit more faster is what it requires. So until then, if you solve these basic problems with simple interest, you can easily come up with faster method to solve it. Right, we'll go to solve the exercises now. We'll solve the exercises of simple interest and then jump to compound interest. Okay, the question is, in 5 years a contained sum amounts to rupees 1300 at 6% simple interest. What is the sum? They're asking what is the sum. Simple, guys. I'll give you the clue to solve it, then approach it. Anyone? Any answers? So guys, I say it is option C. Simple, guys. Now they're telling a contained sum, that some principal amount is ending up with the total amount rupees 1300. Okay, so it is being paid at 6% per annum for 5 years. So simple, understand this. I'm paying 6% every year, and for 5 years it will be 30%. All right, one method is directly look at the options. Okay, you can get the answer just by looking at the options. Now remember one thing, the principal, the options are saying the principal amount. Okay, so principal can't be more than the total amount, because the total amount here is rupees 1300, but here it is principal itself is more than the total amount. So option A and B can't be the right, so it should be either option C or D. Right, so now if I am paying 30% simple interest, I need to check out 30% of these values extra to be added. Right, so plus 30%. Right, so this becomes if I add 30% to 1200, so it is nothing but 360 as a simple interest. So total value I'll be paying as 1560. All right, but here if I pay 30%, I'll be paying just 300. So this is a simple interest amount. 30% is the simple interest for 5 years. Okay, so simple interest totally I'm paying 300, principal is 1000, so this is nothing but the total amount 1300. So directly you can go with the options. All right, one more method is directly go with shortcut trick. Directly go with not shortcut trick, or you can go with the formula method as well. So they're asking principal, find out the amount formula, you will get the answer. So the amount is 1300 is equal to principal unknown into 1 plus tr is 30, so this becomes 30 over 100, and this will be 130, so p into 130 over 100. So this is right, the left side it will be 1300, so one time, and this will become 10 times, so 10 into 100 is 1000, so principal will be 1000 rupees. Clear, guys? You need to pardon me for my handwriting. Okay, I'm just using the touchpad, I'm really sorry for that. Meanwhile, I'll explain the things there. Here this is with respect to the shortcut trick, and we know amount is principal plus simple interest. Right, so principal is 100%, simple interest is 30%. That is at the end of 5 years. So we know principal is 100%, that we need to find out, that is nothing but x. So amount, next it is amount, not simple interest. Okay, because we do not know any simple interest value here. So simple interest is 30%, amount is 130%. So if 130%, that is the total amount that I am repaying, it will be rupees 1300. So if I'm paying this, what will be the total principal? All right, so this is 1 time, this is 10 time, so x will be is equal to 10 into 100, so that is nothing but 1000 rupees. Same way you can approach it, you will get the answer rupees 1000. It's not 700 1700 like it is just 1000 rupees. 1700 is wrong because the total principal can't be more than the total amount. Okay, let's go with the next question. This part, a sum fetched the total simple interest of rupees 4016.25 at a rate of 9% per annum in 5 years. What is the sum? Again, they are asking the principal value. They have given simple interest at 9 PCPA. So 9 PCPA means 9% per annum for 5 years. What is the answer? Guys, I hope you guys are not using calculators there. Okay, you just need to solve it quickly just by doing it in mind, or if you want to require, because this is a complicated value, you can use with pen and paper. So they're asking principal. Now the total simple interest is this, so we'll just go with principal value. That is 100 into simple interest, which is 4016.25 divided by 9 into 5. So this becomes 401625 divided by 45. So this becomes 5 into 9 times, 5 eights are 40, 0, 5 threes are 15, and 125 is left out, so it will be 25 times. I think this also goes 9 ones are 9 eights are 72, 9 nines are 81, 9 twos are 18, 9 fives are 45. So 8925 is the right answer to the option D. Simple method, go with the principal value, substitute the value, you will get it as 4016.25. And similarly, the same way, if you go with the shortcut trick, we know they're asking the principal amount, that is 100%, which is x, and similarly the simple interest, which is 4016.25, that is 45%. All right, this becomes 4016.25 into 100 divided by 45, the same way with the previous formula method. Hope everyone understood this. Excuse me, sorry. We'll go with the next question. Reena took a loan of rupees 1200 with a simple interest for as many years as rate of interest. If she paid rupees 432 as an interest at the end of the loan period, what was the rate of interest? Now they're asking the rate of interest. And understand the questions being framed are into a statemental question. So you guys need to understand the logic behind the question and look at just the numbers with a condition given. Anyone? What is the answer? So they're asking Reena took a loan of rupees 1200, so that will become the principal, and they're telling she paid rupees 432 as an interest, so that becomes simple interest percent. All right, what about others? Substitute the same with the principal amount and you'll get the answer. I mean, sorry, not principal, that is rate of interest formula. All right, so now they are telling rate of interest to be found, that is 100 into simple interest, which is 432 divided by Rate of interest, that is already gone. Principal is rupees 1200. But time, here they're telling for as many years as the rate of interest. So time is being considered to be equal to rate of interest. So time here is equal to rate of interest. So this becomes R. All right. So this is 0 and 0 gets cancelled, and 12 ones are 12. 3s are 30, 12 3s are 36, so 7 times, so 12 6 are 72. So R goes to the left side, so R square is equal to 36, so then R will be 6%. Simple as that. You'll just get the answer within one step, guys. Okay, just understand the question. It is very, very important. So according to the question, they're telling she took a loan of rupees 1200 with a simple interest for as many years as rate of interest. So time is considered as rate of interest. All right, if she paid simple interest as 432, then what is the rate of interest? I've used the simple interest formula here, so this becomes P. T is equal to R already, and R by 100. All right, so solve this, you will get the answer as 36, so R will be 6%. The same way you can approach with the shortcut trick as well. So we know 100% is rupees 1200, right? 100% is rupees 1200, and next it is simple interest paid at rupees 432, and this is being paid at rate of interest and time, so both are unknown value. It becomes R square, right? So 0 and 0 gets cancelled. 12 ones are 12 into 36 times. So if R square is 36, R will become 6%. Clear? So this is with the shortcut trick. Again, whichever method you find it easy, you can easily get the answer. All right, we'll go to the next question. Dinesh deposited rupees 6,000 to obtain simple interest. This is with respect to total amount, guys. Come on, you can solve this quickly. 14% for 4 years. So 1 year it is 14%. So for 4 years it becomes 56%. So find out 56% of 6,000. You'll get the answer easily. Any answers here? Yes, it is 9,360. Superb. So directly they are telling total amount, right? Find out simple interest, then you can add it to the value, that is the principal amount. So here it is nothing but 14% for 4 years. It is nothing but 56%. So if you want to find out 56% of 6,000, you will get the simple interest amount. All right. So 56 can be split up as 50 and 6%. So 50% is 3,000 and 6% is 360. So 5% is nothing but 300. 1% is 60, so it will become 360. So simple interest is nothing but 3,360. Add it to the principal amount, that is 6,000. Do it in mind, you'll get the answer 9,360 rupees. Direct total amount, right? One, this is the traditional method. If you want to find out with the formula, you can go with the amount formula. That is amount is equal to P into 1 plus TR by 100. You will get the value, that is 9,360. Same way you can go with the shortcut trick. So we know amount is nothing but principal plus simple interest, right? So principal is 100%, which is 6,000. So amount we need to calculate, that becomes X, that is totally 156, because it is principal plus simple interest. Okay, so if you find out this, 156 into 600, sorry, 156 into 60. Okay, because here 0 and 0 gets cancelled, so 156 into 60, 150 into 6 is 900, so 109,000, so 6 into 60 is 360, so it becomes 9,360. Clear? Directly do it in mind, guys. 156 can be split up as 150 into 150 and 6. So 15 6 are 90 with two zeros, so it becomes 9,000. And 6 into 60 is 360. So add it together, you will get 9,360. All right, we'll go with the next question. This is the next question. So A lent rupees 5,000 to B for 2 years and rupees 3,000 to C for 4 years on simple interest at the same rate of interest and received rupees 2,200 in all from both of them as an interest. So the rate of interest per annum is. They're asking what is the rate of interest per annum. Anyone? They're telling A lent rupees 5,000 to B for 2 years and rupees 3,000 to C for 4 years. So there are two different people with two different principal amount, and the time period is different, right? So now they are asking, both have been lent at same rate of interest. So together, they are both B and C are paying rupees 2,200. All right. So if A gets rupees 2,200, it is the sum of B and C together, right? So what is the simple interest of both of them? So we need to find out simple interest of both of them. That gives me total simple interest of A. All right, so now by calculating these values, you need to find out the rate of interest. So what is the rate of interest with B? So it is 5,000 for 2 years with first rate of interest divided by 100, plus second it is with C, which is 3,000, and for 4 years with the rate of interest same as the previous one divided by 100. So 0 and 0 gets cancelled here, so here also it gets cancelled. So this becomes 15 to 2 is 100, 100 r plus 13 to 4 is 120. So this becomes, it is 220 r is equal to 2,200. So this is nothing but 10 times. So r is equal to 10%. R is equal to 10%. Simple logic, guys. Here simple interest, that is interest amount being paid to A by B and C, is totally 2,200. We do not know individual what is the value of B and C together. All right, so you need to be very careful finding out the rate of interest, because they're telling excuse me, sorry, for both B and C, it is same rate of interest. So the rate of interest becomes 10%. Yeah, we'll go on to the next question. So this will be the last question, and we'll jump to the major problem of compound interest. Okay. Excuse me, sorry, pardon me. Now they're asking, Mr. Thomas invested an amount of rupees 13,900 divided in two different schemes, A and B, at a simple interest rate of 14% and 11% per annum. So now the investment, that is principal, is being together. They're asking what is the rate of interest, I mean, what is the total amount of simple interest? If the total amount of simple interest earned in 2 years is rupees 3,508, what is the amount invested in scheme B? The total interest he gets is rupees 3508. So we want to know what is the principal of scheme A and scheme B, right? But together, totally he is telling it is 13,900, right? So if I can assume, if he invests rupees X in scheme A, so he will invest rupees 13,900 minus X in scheme B, obviously, right? So if some part of the amount goes here, obviously the total difference between this will be in the scheme B. All right. So if I invest X in scheme A, that is for 14% for 2 years, right? Because the time period is 2 years there. So that will be divided by 100, plus scheme B investment is 139.0 minus X into same 2 years, but for 11%. So 11 into 2, this divided by 100. So I'll just take 100 as a common and I'll substitute here. So this becomes 350800. So this becomes 28x plus 139 into 22. 139 into 20 is 278. So 278 plus 278. So 78 plus 278 is 3,150. Okay, 8. So it is 3,058 00 minus 22x. So it is correct, right? 3,058. So 28 minus 22 is 6x. So 50,000 minus 5,800 is 50 minus 5. It is 45,000. So this becomes 45,000. That is equal to 6x. So x is equal to 6 into 7 are 3 are. So it is, oh sorry, 7 is 5 are. So 7,500. So this is the investment being made in scheme A. So X is just 7,500. Do not confuse yourself. All right. So what is the investment made in scheme B? 13,900 minus 7,500. And it is plus 6,000 is 13,500. So 400 is left out. So it is 6,400 in scheme B. So scheme A, it is 7,500. Clear? Hope everyone understood this. The answer is yes, 3058. So it becomes 45,000. So we invest rupees 7,500 in scheme A and 6,400 in scheme B. All right. So we'll just go to the compound interest now. Just give me a moment. So we have the presentation with respect to compound interest now. So the simple, we'll just go with the simple difference here. So before going to solve the problems, we'll just understand a simple difference between simple interest and compound interest. So here you need to know simple interest and compound interest at the end of first year will be same. Okay, simple interest and compound interest will be same at the end of first year, because here principal is 100, rate of interest is 10%. So here also principal is 100, rate of his interest is 10%. So simple interest will be rupees 10 for both of them, that is compound interest and simple interest, both will be rupees 10. So in the end I need to pay the amount, right? So at the end of interest, at the end of first year, 10 rupees is the interest with principal, it is the total amount 110. So for same in compound interest as well. But here I told you simple interest will be the same every year, because the rate of interest does not change here. Okay, similarly here rate of interest doesn't change, because here we were taking the rate of interest with respect to principal amount. Here in compound interest, rate of interest will depend on principal as earlier, but the principal amount will change. Okay, so it is nothing but the total amount that you are paying in the end of first year, that will be taken as a principal for second year. Okay, so that will be taken as principal for second year. So if you find out that principal changes, so the rate of interest will become 10% of that. So rate of interest change, I mean simple compound interest will change at the end of second year, but the simple interest will remain same. This is the only difference. So in the end, whatever the total amount you get at the end of that first year, second year, or whatever the year comes, that will be added to the principal amount, that will be in turn considered as the next principal for next year. Okay, so here it becomes 121 for third year. So 10% of 121 is 12.1. So if you add that to the principal itself, not to the original principal, okay, because the principal has been changed for third year, so simple interest I am paying is 12.1 rupees for the principal amount, that is 121 rupees. Hope you all know this concept here. All right, this is the formula. I want everyone to note down the formula for compound interest. If you want to find out compound interest, it is nothing but p into 1 plus r by 100 whole power n, that will be with minus 1. Okay, this is nothing but that has been written as p plus r by 100 whole power n minus p. Okay, so here this is nothing but compound interest. So we know the total amount formula, right? This is nothing but principal plus interest, right? So principal will come to left hand side, so ci plus p is nothing but amount value. So amount is nothing but p plus r by 100 whole power n. Clear? So if you can just write down this formula, it will be very useful to you. Please write down the formula. Please make a note of the formula, guys. So amount value will be p plus r by 100. Clear? We'll go on to the exercises now. Let us go. Please write down the formula. So in between, we'll be discussing the same thing. The question here is, what will be the compound interest for the sum of rupees 8,000 after 3 years? Right? Use the formula, guys. You can use the formula. Use the amount formula so that you can subtract the values. Right? So amount is equal to principal into 1 plus r by 100. I've substituted. I've just simplified the formula and I'm writing here whole power n. So n is nothing but time period. So substitute with the formula. Principal is rupees 8,000 and into 1 plus rate of interest is 5 over 100 whole power 3. So this is the only reason why it is very difficult, because we are taking the power value as 3. Okay, this is the only reason. So this becomes 8,000 into 105. So it will become 105 cube. So 105 into 105 into 105. So this becomes in denominator 100 into 100 into 100. So try to solve this. Don't use calculators. That's the reason I'm telling you. So this in the end amount will be rupees 9,261 amount. So we need to find out principal. So amount is equal to principal plus compound interest. So principal will be amount minus principal. I'm sorry, compound interest will be amount minus principal. So 9,261 minus 8,000 gives me 1,261. All right, so this will be the value. Clear? So this is like, complicated formula method. If you want to go with traditional method, I think that would be easy. All right. So we are paying 5% every year, and rate of interest will be the same, but it changes. The same compound interest will change with respect to the principal amount. Right. So first year I will be paying 5% of rupees 8,000. So 10% is 800, 5% is rupees 400. So first year I'll be paying 400. So this will be taken as added with the principal. So next year it will become 8,400, right? So second year I'll be paying 5%. So this becomes 440. Oh no, it is 420, right? For 10% is 40, 5% is 20. So 420. So again, this is added to this value. So next year it becomes 8,820. So if I take 5% of that, so I'll be paying 10% is 882, 5% is 441. If you add these values, it is 1261. 1261, the total compound interest. So I think this is the better way you can approach. Okay, do it in mind. All right. So whichever method you feel easy, you can go ahead. All right. Please go ahead. Try to solve the next question. Now they're asking the compound interest on rupees 30,000 at 7% per annum is rupees 4,347. Then the time is, they're asking what is the time. Approach with the simple formula method if you want, if you can try to find out, or I'll be explaining with shortcut trick, so you will understand with shortcut trick as well. Any answers? So if you go with the shortcut trick, I'll go with the shortcut trick first, then you can understand easily with the formula method as well. All right. So understand the question. For rupees 30,000, I am paying rupees 4,347 as a compound interest. Now, if I just simplify this, that is nothing but 10,000 rupees. That is for every 10,000 rupees, I am paying. This will be 3 into 1 time. 3 fours are 12. 3 fours are 12. 3 nines are 27. So I am paying 1449 rupees. All right. So for every 10,000 rupees, I'll pay rupees 1,449. So now if I assume this as a principal amount in simple interest concept, okay, if I assume 10,000 as a simple interest, I mean principal for simple interest, now the rate of interest is 7%, right? So if I pay 7% every year, so for first year I'll pay 7% of 10,000. So 7% of 10,000 is nothing but 700, right? So I'll pay 700 for first year, right? The same way simple interest will be the same. Okay, for second year also it will be 700. So for second year, at the end of second year itself, I am paying rupees 1,400, right? Now if I compare this with respect to the compound interest, it is almost similar, right? So when I explain the first example, you need to remember simple interest with the first year, it will be same with the same as compound interest, right? So at the end of first year, it will be same. At the end of second year, it will be just 1 rupee difference. Same with respect to this, here it is just 49 rupees difference. Okay, it is almost equal. So approximately I can tell that compound interest has been calculated at the end of 2 years. So obviously the answer will be option 2. So the time taken for this will be 2 years. Hope everyone understood this. Right, guys? Hope everyone understood. Should I explain once again with a shortcut? Does anyone wants an explanation with shortcut? Anyone? All right. No response. Then I'll just go ahead. So just this is with respect to shortcut trick I've explained. This is with respect to the formula method. So 107 by 100 whole square. So this becomes 107 by 100. So if you just simplify here, so this is nothing but 1s are 3, 1s are 4s are 12, 4s are 12 and 9. So this will be 10,000. So this is nothing but 107 square. Okay. So if you use that, n value will be 2 years approximately. The same way I've explained here with the shortcut trick, you can just see at the left side of the slide. Okay, I'll explain once again. So you guys are asking. So just see here, if I pay rupees 4,300, sorry, 347 for every principal amount, that is 30,000. Okay, so I'm paying 4,347. I'm just simplifying this value. It means that for every 10,000 rupees, I am paying rupees 1,449. So this means what? For every 10,000 rupees, I pay 1,449 compound interest. Okay, so this is in terms of compound interest. Now I'm just comparing this with respect to simple interest value. All right, so if the rate of interest is 7%, in simple interest, the rate of interest is same. So simple interest will be same every year. All right, simple interest will be same every year. So for first year, for rupees 10,000, I'll pay 7%. This is nothing but 700 rupees, right? 7% of 10,000 is nothing but 700. I'm just considering 10,000 as a principal in terms of simple interest here. All right, so simple interest will be 700 rupees at the end of first year. The same way it is the same for second year as well. So this is nothing but another 700 for second year. All right, so total at the end of 2 years, I am paying rupees 1,400. This is nothing but simple interest. Now if you just compare this with respect to compound interest, the difference is just 49 rupees. So it means what? In simple interest, it is just 2 years, I am getting 1,400. So almost near to the compound interest value, right? So this is with respect to approximation method. So it is 2 years roughly. That is the time taken to pay rupees 4,347 for 30,000 rupees. That is the same thing with respect to the formula method. That is 2 years. Right. We'll go with the next question. Now this is with respect to what percent annual compound interest rate if a sum of rupees 1,000 amounts to rupees 27,000. So now here they are asking the rate of interest value. What is the rate of interest value for this? Approach with the formula, you will get the answer. Kailash, no, check it out. It's not 300%. Check it out. So we know amount formula, right? So amount is equal to P into 1 plus TR by 100. So 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. So principal here is rupees 1,000 into 1 plus R is rate of interest unknown by 100 whole power n. N is nothing but time period, which is 3 years, right? So 0 and 0 gets cancelled. And in terms of cube, 27 is 3 cube. That is equal to 1 plus R over 100 whole power 3. So 3 and 3 gets cancelled. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So 2 into 100 is equal to R. So rate of interest is 200%. Not 300, guys. Don't confuse yourself. It is 200%. It is not 300, guys. It is 200. Don't confuse yourself. Approach with the formula. You can easily get the answer. Clear? We'll go on to the next type of question. Now here, this is one of the important part of today's discussion, that is with respect to half yearly basis and quarterly basis. All right. So if any question related to half yearly basis is given, it means what? In 1 year, there are 2 half years, right? So we need to pay the interest on a half year basis. So it means we need to pay that rate of interest for 6 months and 6 months. So rate of interest on a half year basis is 6 months. So here I'll explain with the formula first. It is very difficult to approach with the formula on my opinion, okay, because the formula itself is taking with the powers there. Okay, I'll explain with the formula first, and then you can also go with traditional method, which I'll be explaining. It is very easy to approach. All right. So here the formula for amount will be, when the rate of interest, when the interest is being compounded half year basis, so amount will be P into 1 plus, so instead of R it should be R by 2, okay, whole divided by 100. This is the formula, and the time will be 2 power n, sorry, 2n. Time will be whole power 2n. Please make a note of this formula, guys. I want everyone to make a note of this formula, please. So it is P into 1 plus rate of interest by 2 whole power 2n. So now they are asking find the total amount, right? Principal is 16,000 into 1 plus R by 2 is 5 over 100 whole power 2n. It is nothing but 2 into 1, that is 2. All right. So this becomes 16,000 by 100 into 105 into 105. So that value also divided by 100. All right. So this zeros gets cancelled. Here one more 0 gets cancelled. So 2 into 5 time, 2 into 8 time. So 5 into 1 is 5 into 21 time. So 21 into 8 is 168 into 105. So complicated multiplication method. So this is what you can end up with this. So answer will be 17,640. Okay, this is with the formula method. So now I'll explain the shortcut trick, that is by traditional method without using the formula, how you can do it. All right. So the first thing is, whenever they say rate of interest is compounded half yearly basis, write down rate of interest by 2. Okay, so rate of interest is 10%. We need to find out 5% of it, and it is half yearly basis. So in 1 year there are 2 half years, that is 6 months and 6 months. All right, so we need to consider this as 2 half years. So we need to find out 5% in first half year and 5% of second half year, that is with respect to the principal 16,000 rupees. All right, so I'm paying 5% for 6 months for 16,000 rupees. So it means what? 5% on the first 6 months of 16,000 rupees will be equal to 10% is 1,600, 5% is 800. So this is the compound interest, right? So this will be again calculated with respect to new principal amount. So it becomes 16,800, that is 5% of it. So 5% will be 1680 divided by 2, it is 40. So 840. All right. So at the end of total 6 months, this is the first half year and this is the second half year. So I'll be paying how much? 1,640 compound interest. So they're asking total amount. So add it to the original principal. So the new principal will be 17,640. 40, the total amount at the end of 1 year. Okay, this is with respect to compounded half yearly basis. All right, guys, do you want me to explain this question once again in a traditional method? Please let me know. If you want me to explain, I'll explain, or we can just go ahead with the different examples. If you find out the formula method easy, you are free to use it. That not at all a problem. Or you can also go with traditional method. Okay, so this is with respect to the shortcut trick, that is the traditional method. So if interest is compounded half yearly basis, then rate of interest is divided by 2 and time will be 6 months and 6 months. All right, so you'll be taking 5% twice. So total amount or the maturity amount at the end of 1 year is 16,000 plus 800 plus 840. So it is nothing but 17,640. Try out for next question, you will get the answer very easily. A sum of rupees 40,000 is invested for 18 months at 20% per annum on compound interest. If the interest is compounded half yearly basis, what will be the interest to be paid? Okay, they're asking only interest, not the total amount. You can use the formula, and why I'm telling you to avoid using formula is because that will be a little complicated in terms of multiplication. So better go with the shortcut trick or the traditional method. It is very easy to understand. So since they are telling 18 months, half yearly basis is for 6 months only. Do not consider 18 months as 9 months and 9 months. All right. So in 1 year, half year is nothing but 6 months. So divide 18 months in terms of 6 months only. Half yearly basis is 6 months. Okay. So now if it is a half yearly basis, rate of interest will be divided by 2. So rate of interest will be 10% for 6 months. Okay. For 6 months. So at the end of first year, I am paying 10% of rupees 40,000. So this becomes 4,000. This is at the end of first half year. Then next it is again 10% of 44,000. So this becomes 400. So it becomes 4,400. This is at the end of second half year. So at the end of third half year, it is 10% again. So this becomes 8,440. Sorry, 84,440. No, I think this is 48,440. Okay, sorry. This is 48,440. Then this becomes 4,840. Right, so this will be at the end of third year. So if you add this 12,000, 12,000 plus 1,240. So it is 13,240. Simple answer. Clear? So this is a method you can easily approach and find out the value. Simple and easy. Directly approach with the rate of interest divided by 2 because it is half yearly basis. Just take half of it and then approach the time period of 18 months into 6 months. Okay, so it is 6 months. Then take out the 10% of it and find out the value. It is nothing but 13,240. Clear, guys? Hope others also have understood. Now this is with respect to half yearly basis again, and this is again we have solved it. So on a half yearly basis, this will be 8,615 for 8,000 rupees for 1.5 year at 5% per annum compound interest. All right. So don't worry about half yearly basis. We'll jump to quarterly basis now. The same concept on the formula will be amount will be is equal to P into 1 plus rate of interest by 4, because it is a quarterly basis, right? Divided by 100. So whole power 4n. See, again, this is in terms of 4 power multiple. So it will be very, very difficult to solve. All right. So you can use this formula, and if you find out, you can get the answer. But what I would suggest is go with the shortcut trick, which I tell you. All right. So the time is 9 months. So if they're taking compounded quarterly, one quarter consists of 3 months, right? So convert 9 months in terms of 3 months. So 9 months can be written as 3 quarters, that is 3, 3, and 3. So the rate of interest is 20%. So you need to divide that by 4, that is for quarterly basis. All right. So 20 by 4 is 5%. So you need to take 5% of the principal amount for 3 quarters, right? So 5% of 8,000 rupees. So this is nothing but 400. So this is at the end of first quarter, right? Similarly, second, it will be 5%. So that will be 420. All right. I'm just directly solving it. So here it becomes 8,400. So 10% is 840, 5% is divided by 2, it will become 420. So the later third value, it will be 5%. 5% of 8,820. So that is nothing but 441. So this is at the end of third quarter. Okay, third quarter again. So if you add this, you will get 1,261 as a simple interest. So the amount will be plus principal value. This is 8,000 rupees, right? So it will become 9,261. Clear? So total amount is 9,261. As simple as that, you can approach with easiest method. I hope this was easy to you all, right? If there is any confusion, please do let me know. Right, we'll finish up with this particular question quickly. Solve this for me. They're asking find the compound interest for 32,000 for 6 months at 10% per annum, interest being compounded quarterly. They're taking about quarterly basis. Any answer for this? Simple, guys. So rate of interest has to be divided by 4. So 10 by 4 is nothing but 2.5%. And they're asking 6 months, right? So 6 months consists of 3 months. So you just need to take 2 quarters. Find out 2.5% of 32,000. Simple, guys. Whenever you are finding out the percentage value, try not to use the calculators there. Just take 10%, 5%, and 1%. It is very easy to solve. All right. So here it is 2.5% of 32,000. So 10% will be 3,200, right? Divide by 10. So 5% will be divided by 2 again. So it will be 1,600. So 2.5 is half of 5%. So again, divide 1,600 by 2, it will become 800 rupees. So this will be at the end of first quarter. So again, next I need to find out 2.5%. So if I find out 2.5%, so 10% is 80, 5% is 40, another half is 20. So this becomes 820. So if I take this, it is nothing but 32,800. All right. So 3,820 divided by 2, it was 1,640, divided by 2 again, it will be 820. So this will be at the end of second quarter. So if you add this, you will get it as 1,620. That is nothing but the interest that is being paid. Simple method and easy. total amount will be added with the principal, that is 33,620. This is one of the miscellaneous question, guys. This is one of the miscellaneous question. How will you split up the value with 27 months? Okay. A sum of rupees 10,000 was deposited in a bank for a period of 27 months at a rate of 20% per annum on compound interest. Again, if you want to convert 27 months into years, you need to divide by 27 by 12, right? So it will be 2 1 by no 2 3 by 12, so 2 1 by 4. So again, you need to take that fraction and then subtract. Again, it is very complicated with respect to formula. All right. So what I would suggest you to do is 27 can be split up into three different values. That is one whole year, another whole year, and left out is 3 months. So this 3 months is nothing but one quarter, right? So the rate of interest will be 20% at the end of first year, 20% at the end of second year, and third year it is just a quarter. So you need to take 5% of it. All right. So just approach with this simple method, you will get the answer quickly. So first is 20% at the end of first year, that is 20% of 10,000. So this is nothing but 2,000 rupees. Okay. Similarly, second year it will change 20% of 12,000. So this becomes 200 is 10%, 400 is 20%. So it becomes 2,400. So this is at the end of second. That is, this is at the first. Third is just a 5% because it is just 3 months there. Okay, third is just a 3 months there. So 5% of rupees 2,400 plus this one, it will be 14,400. So 10% is 240, 5% is 120. So I'm just paying plus 120, it will become so if I take 10% is okay 720. So this becomes 720 at the end of 3 years. So if you add all this, it will be 4,400 plus 700 is 5,100. So it is 5,120 interest. So if you add this to the principal, it will become 15120. Clear? So the answer is 15,120. Simple method and easy. Clear, guys? Hope everyone understood this. This is one of the miscellaneous question. Answer is 15,120. I'll explain with one last problem with respect to the population formula. If you can just write down these formulas, it will be helpful. Make a note of these formulas. First is with respect to the problem. Formula for finding the population after n years. Okay, population after n years is just the amount formula. This is nothing but p into 1 plus r by 100 whole power n. Okay, the formula for population after n years, that is the future years, it will be p into 1 plus r by 100 whole power n. And if it is n year ago, okay, if it is n year ago, you can go with the formula, that is p into p divided by 1 plus r by 100 whole power n. You're just dividing here with respect to the past. Here for future, you're just multiplying. Okay, please make a note of these two formulas. We'll just finish up with one population method and then end up the session. All right, find out the question they've given here is the population of a city increases at 5% per annum. The present population is 3,70,440. Then what was the population 3 years ago? For this, you can use the formula or you can also use the shortcut trick as well. You can also use a shortcut trick. I'll explain shortcut trick as well. Tell me the answer for this if you are using the formula. So formula will be P by 1 plus R by 100. So it will become 3,70,440 divided by 1 plus 5 by 100. So if you solve this, you'll get something like I have solved this. So in the end, you will get this by 1 time and this by 4 times. So here you will get it as 20, 25 times. So 20, and here it will be 4 times. So it will be 40. So if you get this as, you will get the answer as 3,20,000. Okay. So the answer will be 3,20,000. Avoid using calculators. Avoid using calculators. So for shortcut trick, if you can just see here, at present, it is 100%, right? At present it is 100%. Sorry, population 3 years ago. So at present it is 3,70,440. 3 years ago it was 100%. Okay, if you consider this, 3 years ago it was 100%, which is unknown value. At present it is after 3 years, right? If it is at present, it is 3 years later. So 3 years later, in the sense 5% per annum. So every year it increases by 5%. For 3 years it is 15%. All right. So if you use 15%, that is 115%, is a 370,440. Oh, no, 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 you can't apply this. I just tried it out. You cannot apply this because every year it keeps on changing with the values. So you cannot apply. You can only go with the formula method. Okay, you can only go with formula method. This is one of the question. I will just finish up with this question. The population of Goa city is 5,000. It increases by 10% in the first year and decreases by 20% in the second year. And in the third year, the population increased by 30%. So what will be the population of Goa at the end of third year? Simple question. 5,000 is at the first year, so it increases by 10%. So 10% in the sense it increases by 500, so it becomes 5,500 at the end of first year. Okay, this is plus 10%. So next, in the second year, it increases by, sorry, decreases by 20%, minus 20%. So at the end of second year, it is minus, this is plus. 10% is 550, 20% is 1,100. So this becomes 4,400 at the end of second year, right? So for third year, you just need to take 30% of it. So 10% is 440. 30% is 1,320. So if you add this, it will be sorry, if the 30% increase, so if it will be 5,720. So at the end of third year, it will be 5,720. Clear? All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Please put your USN numbers for your attendance. Just your USN numbers would be better. Please put your USN numbers, guys. From now on, if in any session, if there is any YouTube live session, I want you to give your USN numbers for your attendance, guys. All right. Every time, if there is any YouTube live session, you have to give your attendance. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being in the session. Hope everyone enjoyed the session. Can you guys give me your valuable feedback for the session, guys? If I was, if it was easily understandable for everyone, or if it was difficult anywhere. I hope others are also there. Please give your valuable, please give me your USN numbers first and then your feedback. Thank you, Lekit. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Suprit. Okay, thank you, Himadri. Thank you so much. If there was any such difficulties in understanding, please do let me know so that I could try to give you a better explanation in the next session as well. Thank you, Kailash. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Hope everyone have given your US numbers. I think I can end my session here. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Please practice more and more problem. Try to subscribe our channel. You'll get many such videos with shortcut tricks as well. So try to learn with those shortcut tricks. I think it will be benefited for yourself. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you in another session next time. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day. See you. Bye bye.